Dum, 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 dum. What up, chat? I'm doing something. 1 second. Hold up. I maybe we start with matches too, y'all. What's the likelihood? And then run training. Feels weird because I haven't played in a few days. Be rusty again. Ooh. Kind of like the Chapter 4 gun. Nah, I mean, that reminds me of the Excalibur. Except fully automatic. What up, bro? I'm gonna do some training today. I've been writing my master guide, which is like almost a book at this point. And I figured out how I'm gonna teach you guys in the most sophisticated, or like the simplest way. It's like I've known it's existed, but I never like tore it apart enough to really. Why isn't my A button working? That's strange. Is my A button chat, my A button acting funny? Oh, no stamina. Holy stamina? This is like non-existent, y'all. Let me wait an hour and a half to get it back real quick. Manently. There's a spicy pizza. That's what we need. Don't want to let a brother warm up. I think he's on the roof. Oh, no. I was wrong. Oh, I'm dead. I shouldn't have started in reload, y'all. You're not feeling when you haven't played in a few days? It's like, whoa, hold on a sec. Like, whoa, hold on a sec. Let me return the lobby. It won't be long before Epic is like, alright, we need shotties in reload. I think it'll happen at some point. Like spawning with the shoddy. Then we go to BR. Where is it? Let's go. Does anybody know when the season's gonna end? Because I think this is supposed to be a shorter season, isn't it? Or maybe like split up or something? I don't know. The Super Shreddy feels so funky. I haven't got to use it that much. Pretty clunky. Could also be like just... It's not the chaos, we'll put it like that. It is not the chaos. I almost might prefer the iron, which is crazy. But I don't want to totally give up on the Super Shredder yet. Haven't got enough reps in to be sure. Well, had me at a green chaos. I'm not gonna let that down. Oh my goodness. It's like throwing a feathered pillow at him. It's crazy. There's gotta be someone chilling nearby. Here we go. There's a real one. Is there one back here? Oh. Nope. Not today, sir. Not today, good brother. Broke joke. I was buying that precision, y'all. The exotic veiled. He's real. Oh, bro, those fucking fists, dude. Savage. Bro's lagging. Is that like a Nintendo Switch thing? That's insane, bro. Bro's playing like he's on a Switch. I couldn't hit him because bro's teleporting. Actually crazy. I'm so ass right now. Can't buy a bucket. This might be the first time where I actually feel like I should go to a creative map just to like tap into the mechanics again. Warm up the hands. I've been so focused on writing, dude, that... Oops. That you lose a little... It's like riding a bike, though, right? Let's see. So you just polish them up, 20 minutes in creative. Been spending too much time on the keyboard. Oh, did I? Did they change how you leave party chat? Yeah. Oh. In the way they put those in here, the little... What? Oh, is that just part of the... Wait, where's the lightsaber? Is there a lightsaber update, chat? Or no? Or is this just a Star Wars... Or is this a Star Wars map? That's probably what it is. It says new, though. Still no omnidirectional movement. There's boosted speed, though. When are these coming in, y'all? The 4th? January, February, March, April. Oh, today is the 4th. Duh. Did they not do a Star Wars update in the game? I didn't see no Star Wars, really. But... Oh, about disappearing. Back in the days, you used to be able to omnidirectional flip with your... Oh man. This don't have no spec. Bro, it needs to learn movement instead of going invisible. He wouldn't have to if he worked on his movement. Yo. Where's that guy shooting me from? In the heavens? It's highly annoying. They did not think about that when they made this map. The sound of those ships. I was just spamming it. There's gotta be someone's niece or nephew. It's super annoying. The sound. Alright, we're gonna go into training, y'all. I don't know if anybody's here. It's quiet. I keep my views off. anything I do here can be pulled from the VOD. So at the end of the day, there's always going to be value. I wanted a map that would simulate what I was trying to show y'all, and I couldn't find it, but that's why I'm going to make it. So I'm not going to give too much detail of what is being made, but it's being made. Or sorry, it's not being made yet. It's going to be made. I'm talking to somebody about it. We'll look at this map code. See if it can give us like a fraction of the environment. We can make, all we need is lemons to make lemonade. The builds though, I wonder. Practice with bots, and only thing is if the bots are just doing builds, then it's not the environment we want. This is kind of what, like the aspect of the Webby map is going to be, except the rooms are going to be catered towards a whole different system. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I don't want to do it in red versus blue because it's boring. But there's no map that... See, this is just, they want me to go up there and... I'll just build a box right here, y'all. I mean, come on. Let's see. What up, Wit? I'm trying to find a map, man. But, yeah. I need bots pressuring me. Like, I'm just not finding a map to do it. Like, this one for red versus blue just feels like super boring. Is there a Star Wars update today? I saw it in creative, but I didn't see it in BR. Yeah, I haven't. I haven't either. It's been writing. I just decided to take a break because it's been driving me. It's not. It's just like it's tedious. Like I'm proud with how far I've came. It's just sometimes I get too caught up into words on the page, where it's like I need to like take a break. I'm basically establishing like an art of war type of, which is like Sun Tzu or the Book of Five Rings with Miyamoto. Because the entire system behind both of their designs and Webby movement, you can run through those reads in just about any real world scenario. What up, Trace? Is it Trace? Trace? I got this really cool concept, guys. Before the stream ends, I'm gonna need somebody in the training with me to simulate the concept. But it's gonna be like a huge light bulb moment because I figured it out, y'all. In order to understand the evolution of movement, you first have to understand how to counter pressure when it pulls your crosshair out of a 25 degree or 25 degrees off center. That's literally the first training ground to understand how movement coincides with aim. Because there's an interesting thing that occurs when you stop tracking at that 25 degree correction and you apply sprint. It changes what your directional input represents. And that's what this video is going to talk about at the beginning, which is going to be super cool because it's like, to me, that's the most fundamental step. This guy's real. Because it also explains why KBM needs to bind slide to their mouse. That might have been an AI. Right. That's gotta be an AI. I wonder if I'd die if I jumped in the water off the high ground. Probably if you land in it in an upright, like if it doesn't submerge you all the way. Let's see. Yeah, I think it would kill you. Spicy. Two golden fishing spots? I don't know if I've seen that. Two of them. Better be careful. I think there's somebody chilling over there. Let's go get him. After we get our spicy. No, yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Surprised nobody landed here. I feel like this spot stays busy. Oh, they're giving me a lot of combat ARs. It's the third one. Have you been on Arc Wit? Or just chilling? Just chillin'. Yeah. It's a good time to take a break. It's been nice out. Plus, there hasn't been any real updates. Like, we're just at that, we're at that chill point. What up, Dash? How you been, man? Spicy. Roblox? Nice. Taking a break from Fortnite. I'm so bad right now because I haven't been playing. Think this guy's real? Yeah, he is. Let's give him a chance. That was his mulligan. Now all the teams want to pop by. Then Fortnite? Probably. Roblox is... They're a sandbox, aren't they? I'm potentially... Everything's lining up that I'm getting these maps built. So that's going to be cool. The fact I couldn't even find the map I needed to do this training tells me y'all need these maps. Or rather, we need them. Whoa. I don't like the iron. It's gold, though. I had to pick it up. I don't hate it. It's just like... The chaos is like... Almost twice the weapon. What's bad about it, Dash? What up, Eric? I'll do a lot more live streams after I finish my master guide. I'm like really close though. There's just so much to it. But I know I'm probably gonna end up dropping it in like chapters. Chapter 7 kind of started out boring, like the season before this. So I used it to like figure out new ways to understand the system I teach. Yeah, bro, it's like I'm at least recording most of chapter 1 hopefully tomorrow. I keep finding more that belongs in chapter 1. What up, Michael? How y'all doing? Huh. So it doesn't let you in groups that are 18, 17, 18? They're probably just trying to protect you. Does someone want to come into a training class so I can demonstrate to y'all something actually super cool? The fact that I haven't, like, harped this into y'all, it's the #1 way to understand what it means to, like, balance movement at the perfect level with aim. Dang, Dash. Well, man, I'm sure there's a way you can get in. It's just... That's on you, though. I'm not gonna tell you, but... Because then I'll be telling you to do something against their terms of service. What up, Taylor? How you doing, Taylor? Like I said, stick around, guys, because there's actually a really cool, like, revelation like that I'm going to explain to y'all that really simplifies... Because there's a lot to movement, right? But there's one simple path you take to understand it for that light bulb. So I'm just waiting for someone that I know to like, who's down to come into this map and demonstrate what I'm trying to show y'all. Oh, what up, Tay? What up, Tay? How's it going? Too spicy. You already broke it? Then you're fine, right? You said you already broke it. It's probably really not that hard, really. Solos. I just went to ranked, just to, because it was like bored in solos. So I was like, oh, let me raise the stakes, because I haven't been on much, man. It's not that I don't like Fortnite. It's that getting this video, or this, it's not even the video. It's the whole doctrine. It's the whole master guide. Getting it complete. But now I'm garbage. Because I haven't been playing. It'll come back. It'll come back though. Let's do this. I come back for that. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh, he was real. Good old copper lobbies. Once we run into the copper sweat. Oh, that's AI. That's got to be. Oh, imagine it wasn't. We just trolled him. That'd have been dope. I'm gonna do that to somebody one of these days. That's actually a decent amount of damage. We sniped him 75. That's not bad. Little pea shooter right there. Sometimes when you fish right here, I don't think the harpoon works, but sometimes when you fish right there, it's only happened once, but I got a Midas fish. It's like, what? Got the Midas touch. Two 23s, two Michael Jordans. Oh. What's up? Yeah, get out of here, bro. You did? Oh, I'm a low rank. I haven't touched it. I'm either platinum or... I think I'm platinum. Yo, where's the door? I'm at that rank where it's kind of fun to just BS. Every now and again you might run into someone decent, but really, not really. Watch this, y'all. Let's try this. Hold on. See if that grabs it. Yep, there we go. Good old geometry check. Yeah. Oh, well, that's a good experience, Michael. Have you ran training with me? That, oh, what, to be nice or to try and fight him? Go push those people fighting. Do you wanna go in this class on the stream to do? I need somebody to demonstrate. It's actually a really cool training lesson because I think anybody can grasp it. I better chill. Oh, I was messing with her too much, guys. I almost died because of that. We cut off her slide though. Relatively easy. We just got a little brazen. You wanted the smoke? It was too sweaty, and the you're always gonna run into somebody. It was Unreal lobbies, right? So somebody decided to pick a fight with you first. Alright, I figured out a way to explain it too, though, Tay. We're basically the transfer of energy every time we go 25 degrees off center. It's our crosshair telling us where we need to move. So when you apply sprint, your directional input changes its intent. It's no longer tracking, it's micro correcting your movement. So anytime your crosshair turns, that's the best way to start learning. And that's what I'm going to show y'all, is by responding to pressure anytime it crosses your peripherals at a 25-degree radius, or around like 30, maybe 35 degrees tops. You just apply sprint, and then once you reset your crosshair back to center, you have to slide immediately, because you're curving into a new angle, and once you're back center, the slide cuts through that path. So the sooner you slide, the quicker you're able to like kind of create that angle out of nowhere. It's basically blending in with your curve, and then it's like slingshotting. It's like slingshotting through a lane. But the simple side to think about it is follow your crosshair with sprint. Apply sprint when your crosshair is starting to reach macro correction. That's what's some of the stuff I'm going to talk about in my master guide too, because with the visual interpretation, it'll be easier to understand. So the big realization is put people through a stress test where people are constantly sprinting past them, jumping over them, sliding under them, and they'll learn how to combine movement with aim more, because their crosshair is constantly being stressed into a state where tracking doesn't make sense anymore. So they'll finally learn, oh, I apply sprint and then use my directional input to correct it and follow the path my crosshair is telling me. And that's what my UEFN map is gonna put. That's the environment it's gonna put you guys in. Someone's here. This guy's crouching now. Let's get our sprint, our stamina, our stammy. Here we go. I'll trick him a little bit. No, we're not. Let's mess with them. That was goofy, y'all. It was worth it. Bro, we kicked him in a way that he couldn't splash himself. Oh, that's too funny. Am I mean, y'all? Stunk on him? I don't think it's mean. I think it's giving them a memorable experience. We're in good old low rank lobbies. We can troll them a little bit. Oh yeah, he's nervous. He's nervous. I was trying to like just pump him, so I was pre-firing or pre-lining. I was gonna mess with him too, but I could tell he was about to take off. Oh, oh, oh. This. Oh. Oh. Holy crap. Blink, Webby. Cheat the Reaper. didn't deserve that. Oh, alright. Come on, bro. Oh my goodness. You're scaring me. Oh, hold on. Thanks. We're just looking kind of good is all because of the lobbies right now. Like, what is this guy doing? Did bro think he was gonna keep hitting me? Look at him. It's like, I mean, to be fair, the way he sees Fortnite is probably like mad adventurous because he's in that cupcake phase. Not that I don't, but you know that it's like you get a brand new car. So those deaths probably aren't as aggravating. He's just a it's a man on a mission. I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna take a risk. Yee-hee. What risk? Oh, this... We're just... Yeah, these are Unreal lobbies, Tay. You're right. We're dominating them. I'm just playing. A nice copper lobby is gonna make you... Gonna make you look real good. That guy was putting some pressure on me, though. We hit him with the U-strafe off the peak because it carves us a new path. Like that. And it's just simple. But you see, like, right when I reach my curve point, I slide, and it creates a brand new lane that your opponent just can't account for because he doesn't even see the curve if you're doing it right. It's kind of bending subtly. Unless you're, obviously, like, you're pulling a harder curve. So when you think about the curve and you tilt it off its axis in any direction, you can create a brand new lane. It's like magic. This assault rifle's pretty good. Scar, I think. I'm gonna go push this guy. We'll stress this guy. Holy. That, Chaos took a little extra longer. I don't know. I should use my Scar a little bit. It's like you're brand new to Fortnite again when you haven't played. Or you do dumb stuff. Whoops. I think I thought I had the DMR still in that fight. I don't know why. I just remember, like, envisioning a DMR. What is that emote? Is that a new emote? That must be. What? Like, what is my player doing? I could. Oh, I have my licensed audio off too, so I couldn't hear the song. That probably made it look weirder. me fix my... Is that... Okay. Somebody want to join training class? Still up for grabs. I'll just move in. I'm not gonna even grab the fishing rod. Just gonna keep it going. This guy. Oh, that's what you get, bro. Oh, oh. How should we approach this? Do this. Take this. Little bro on top. What, the infinite spicy? Oh yeah. Look chat. Yo. Hey, no way. Oh. Let's see what she does. No, what do we do with this? No one man should have all that power. Dance. Dance. Said no. This is gonna shoot me, bro. I knew it. I knew it. She's lost. Just kidding. Oh, so look, we're scared her. She's like, I want to learn. Do I kill her? What do we do for the lulz, chat? Oh no, I'm gonna team. I'm gonna team on her to get reported. Ah, he freaking killed me, dude. Darn it. That pistol, I mean, I was low, but that pistol is so broken. Ah, darn it. I don't know how much. Dang it. Well, it's kind of cool that she got the live. I wanted to team with her. Just on that kill to be goofy. It's like as many hackers as we have. It's like, oh well. If I did. I'd have to look back to see what my health was, man. But that pistol didn't miss. I mean, he could have missed and it still would have killed me quick. Yeah, I've been landing here all season, Manny. I almost did a video, but I've been so caught up in my writing that I just didn't. I didn't want to, I guess. Which is something I would have ate. I would have been on it. Uh, early. Excuse me. Chapter 5 on it. Every update. But was it Bruce Lee that said he'd rather practice one kick 1,000 times than 1,000 kicks one time? I guess that's why I've been so dedicated to the movement, or explaining it, teaching it. That's my one kick 1,000 times. Like what it's taught me, not just in Fortnite, but about life in general. I now understand why the Book of War and the five rings or whatever, Miyamoto's. I now know why those books exist. Because it's a philosophy not just for combat, but it's a philosophy, it's a way of thinking in life. Like, we did some landscaping today, y'all. And we wanted to figure out how we were going to lay the stepping stones on the rock, you know, like the little stepping stone design. And in order to think about what design I wanted and what would look coolest, I put myself in a mindset, let's bait their correction, or bait the line with an idea. So we run it one way, and then we break their expectation. And then where things are supposed to line up, I'll adjust it slightly off center. Just like it's all, and it came up with a really cool design. No, I think what he's saying. No, he would rather somebody that's fought or trained 1,000 different kicks one time than the person who practiced one kick 1,000 times. I'm pretty sure that's what he says, but I'll have to check. He's basically saying don't be good at many things. Be a master of one thing. That's your first step. And maybe I'm wrong, because I don't really follow Bruce Lee. I maybe a little bit, but he talks a lot about maintaining center line, and I talk a lot about manipulating it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, jack of all trades would have 1,000 kicks one time, and the master of one would have one kick practiced 1,000 times. And there's a boxer right now who's actually putting that into like literal use, because she's got this weird kick stance, and it's her whole game. But she's dominating. But when Bruce Lee says that, people can't get it confused. It's the kick you're mastering, right? But there's also a separate way of thinking in how you bring that kick to a place of established contact. So that's the part that's missing from that. But one quote shouldn't give you the whole answer, so. But I agree with Bruce Lee there. He also said, I'm pretty sure it was Bruce Lee that said, be like water, which is adaptability. The environment's going to always change. You can't train on presumption. So think of aim trainers, for example. People get too caught up in aim trainers. It's not really teaching you how to be like water. It's putting you in a static environment when combat is never that conditional. And combat is like usually far from static. So aim trainers can give you some mechanics or help you warm up. But it's not going to do a lot for the whole shebang, especially when it comes to like a movement-based system. which on a mathematical sense, when you blend the correct level of movement, you're obtaining the highest level of initiative. So when people call it Webby movement bad or movement in general bad, it's from a lack of understanding. Either it's just because they just being a hater, or they just don't understand like what the highest form of initiative is in life, because as it pertains to life, you have to have movement in order to obtain the highest initiative. Because if you start tracking outside of 25 degrees, like if I start hyperextending or going for the quickest snap, I'm not moving. So I'm making my shot exponentially harder the further I pull it off center line, and I'm making their shot exponentially easier because I'm not moving. Tempted to go back to my spot. Oh, this guy, he don't even know. Let's mess with him. Yep. Yep. I just don't want the next guy to come shoot me when I'm low, so I gotta be quicker when I... That Chung Li was so funny, man. Earlier, though. I'm mad that other dude interfered. It's still... The aim trainers are still putting you in static situations. Is all I'm saying. It can help you refine mechanics, but there's certain aspects to combat that exceed more understanding than what your aim correction is going to give you. So that's what I mean by static situation. It's not like it's within the same controlled environment. But I haven't played aim trainers so you'll have to see the map I'm gonna build and the big differences it's gonna have compared to the aim trainers. Because my idea is I'm gonna train aim, but we're also gonna train law of combat at the same time. Like, we can get both. I need to stop messing with people, bro. I just want to really break their camera. It's one of them things. I think everybody should start on an aim trainer. I just don't think they should live on it. Yeah, can't live on it. Because aim is the most oversaturated aspect of combat. So the minute we focus on having the best aim instead of having the best balance, the more we focus on aim instead of a dynamic that makes aim a byproduct. If you could make aim a byproduct, you're no longer playing with the masses. Let's do this. Do this. Take this. Oh. Shoot, I wanted that gun. Bro, my aim is so bad right now. I just wanted the freaking chaos, bro. Darn it. It's been a while since we've had a good flowing BR map, y'all. It's always like dead, and then you go into a spot with like 6 people. It was bad luck. I would have just kept running away, but I really wanted to turn around and grab the Chaos Reloader. Imagine if I had aimbot, dude. She would have been... Because we established first shot advantage on the spin cycle. It's just my aim's a little rusty. and my gun needed reloaded. I had like, well, I had like 2 bullets. Bet, Banny. I'm trying to get someone in here for a training class. I need somebody to apply pressure so I can show y'all what I mean. Or like the threshold zone of when you need to stop tracking and apply movement. What up, Michael? Oh, you're good. I'm gonna find somebody to mess with again. If I get a spicy fish, I can mess with them even harder. Spicy fish and pizza. That was mad funny. Gonna be something good to eat. Come on, spicy. Where they at? I usually have the best luck in solos when I'm trying to get good old batch of spicy. There we go. See what I'm talking about? We spoke it into existence. Let's just see the rest of these spawn and then we'll dip. Think these guys are real? Yeah? Yeah, he real. There we go. Hopefully you saved me an overdrive. I feel like they didn't push the movement as much as they could. Man, even if they did get rid of some of it, my biggest thing, as long as they give us something to upgrade our stamina, it's when I go into combat feeling stiff as a board that drives me really insane. I feel like usually they'll... Okay, they went from like 3 seasons where it de-escalated. It was like movement, less movement, less movement, less movement. So maybe it'll go the other way. And it'll be like, so we got more movement, and then next season maybe they tone it a little bit, but then it's going to be even more movement than we had this season. Like, wait, do you know when the season ends? I think this season is shorter, isn't it? I'm surprised they didn't put Star Wars into the regular... into the BR map. This is like the first time in a long time they did nothing on... Well, maybe they were like, you know, we're not obligated. Maybe they added the contract or whatever. Or they don't have a contract with Star Wars. Or the same contract. Or maybe they're negotiating. I don't know. I miss when the lightsabers were omnidirectional. I'm sure the aimbotters got pissed. That's why they got rid of it. I'm just kidding, chat. Just kidding. I got throw jabs. June 5th. In a month. What do I want? Probably just keep this load out. I'm sure this iron pump's gonna get me killed real fast. Yeah, just check my spicy spot, and then we're out of here. I need somebody who wants to join a class still, too. I want to do this little training session. It would be like a 30-minute, like... Probably one of the most sophisticated... Or not sophisticated, I don't want to use that word, because that makes it sound hard. Probably one of the most important, simplest explanations for Webby movement. Even though I'm rusty right now, I'm at the highest tier of understanding of the system. Oh, did I see footsteps? I thought I saw something. I wasn't looking at the screen. I gotta have 99 fishing this season. As much as I've been doing it. Yo, my fishing levels gotta be so high right now. Somebody shot over there too. Oh, that's tempting. Ooh, to carry that blue chaos over the... That might be significantly better. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, chat. Blue chaos is better than gold. Gold iron. Oh, is he in the bush? Yeah, he in that bush. Unless he's... Oh, I got something for him. Oh, yeah. What's up, bro? He's gonna think I'm a bot. Bots. Oh. Let's mess with him. Holy. Well, they don't want to use anything else but fit their full. I'll be happy when the fists go. I'm not even gonna hold you. Yeah. Oh. Well, my shot is off, chat. Good thing I'm in copper. Well, not copper, but it feels like it. Oh, they're freaking going. I'm chasing her down. Oh, she wants to rift. That's what it is. Nope, she's making a mistake if she doesn't. She made a mistake. God, bro. Just take it. Just die. Just give it up, girl. This is a ton of mobility, speaking of. She's got... Holy... Oh, dude, I envy that. There ain't no way I'm locking in a match with that much mobility. I don't know where she went. She must have had more shocks. Where'd she go? What up, bro? Yeah, you can. Aimbot would have cooked her ass. Excuse my language, chat. We would have cooked her, though. I wouldn't even breaking a sweat. I would just be BSing if I had aimbot. Oh, I'm so trash right now, guys. What up, Casey? What up, Frosty? You want to run this training after this match? Let's see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this. Part of it is I'm carrying ground mobility and stuff. I don't like all that mobility is nice to have, but I'm trying to get clips. I don't really care if I live or die on the fact of running away with the skyline deployer and some fist. Like I'm carrying a fishing rod instead of mobility, bro, because I want more spicy. I don't really care. I'm trying to practice. Especially because I ain't been on, dude. Like my aim is so rough right now. That's how you know I don't hack. Because these guys will take a week break, and their aim is better than it was when they left. They ain't never heard of Rust. Watch this, y'all. Oh. See what I mean, bro? They ain't never heard of Rust. What up, Eric? Which one? Oh, I just seen a crown, I think. Unless that was my own. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm just gonna push it. Oh, it might be dead. Is this the girl from earlier? It is, man. She's got so much mobility. I'm actually kind of floored. This girl's been able to sustain it all game. I don't know if I've ever had a match. Of course, we think about we harp on the rough side of things, so maybe I have. But it's easy to think about the matches where it's like, man, I'll go ages without finding more mobility. This girl's just keeping it on deck all match. She cracked the code. I need to hit the Vendy is what I need to do. Frosty, did you say you was gonna join the class? Just making sure. It's only we're gonna do it for like 30 minutes. It's so sophisticated as far as like how well tiered it is that the training won't take long. Oh. Man, I need aimbot, guys. I'm telling you, man. Aim assist is like a math equation. It's Fortnite wants me to get too much. I wonder what the worst games are for controller as far as like aim. I don't know if Fortnite's top or number one. Finals is pretty rough, but I don't know if it's as rough as Fortnite. But after this match, a good example is the Chaos Reloader gets stiff for no reason. Some of y'all might not even know what I'm talking about. You might have even experienced it yourself. She probably got mobility too, huh? So she did the right play finally, chat. She V-lined against the tree instead of trying to play the peak on no health. But she's in this bush and she's not slick. Bro, I don't know where they get mobility. Is there a mobility tree? Is there a mobility like freaking elf? Like I need to know. Look at that. She still had three shocks. Where does the mobility tree grow? I'm good, Casey. How are you? Just been writing a lot, dude. Trying to create a master guide. This guy. The little bro. Little bro. Oh, what's the little bro doing? Bro thought? I thought somebody was back here. That's what's up, Casey. You been streaming? I'm gonna stream a lot more after I finish my master guide. It's gonna clear my conscience and my soul. We had to show him what was up, Eric. These gold combats, man. The burst, I don't know if it got nerfed. I do think the combat is significantly better than the burst. I think the combat might be the best spray weapon this season. Yeah? Stick around for this class. Because I definitely... I got something for y'all. That's how I'm gonna put it. This is the girl with the infinite mobility. I'm just gonna wait for her because I know she's got like 13 shocks. This girl doesn't rest on mobility. Is she over here? Ow. Oh. Oh, I missed, chat. Oh, bro, if I would have ran the EXT, we would have freaking... Man, we would have cooked. I don't know what my percent was there. So I probably hit like 30% of my shots. I had a chance to win it, but... Until I get back into the flow, my aim isn't going to be there. Because it's normal, right? When you take a break, your aim's gonna suck. Unless you do run the EXE, like, and you can't be mad if someone does cheat, because like, if like they're gonna be stuck between two dynamics, guys. It's like, hey, if I cheat, my job's gonna be easier, and I'm gonna get promoted. Like they'd have to be like, it's like almost asking Like if you imagine if you had a choice to win the lottery, like do you want to win the lottery or not? I'm the dummy that says no because I don't want to sell my soul. Because like maybe somewhere along the contract, you got to sell a part of your soul, maybe all of it. Join the hop in. Frosty, hop in. Oh. Gonna run the Discord call, and we're gonna do this training, y'all. GG's. Frosty. This training is gonna, man, linear. I mean, as long as if you're able to still, all you have to think about is like, and that's what I'm gonna talk about in this training. You don't want to let your correction cross 25 degrees, or you could even establish a little bit higher. I live in like a 25, 35 degree zone. Once it breaks that threshold, I copy or I let the crosshair tell me where to move to, and that's what here we're actually about to show you now because I got somebody. It's basically like the easiest way to balance movement and train it. Instead of worrying about using movement to apply pressure, you start using it as a way to keep pressure off you. If somebody attacks a blind zone or grabs your peripheral edge, whatever, bro, or gets behind you, that's what I'm going to show you guys. Is the first initiative of combat is learning how to counter that. That's going to teach you, because once you learn how to counter that, when your crosshair moves out of that radius, you start asking yourself, okay, well, how do I avoid that by being the first one to apply pressure instead of just waiting for it to come to me? All right, ready up.
Okay.
That'll make sense. Basically, guys, so because the core concept of this system is we use defense to generate offense. So it's a what's called a closed loop system where one action is resolving two issues. It's the fascinating part.
Just put this in the air fryer.
And I will elaborate.
Cheese, and just cut it up in two and put it in there. All right. All you gotta do is turn it on.
And well, so deranged. That's here. I'll show you too. Hold on, let me grab one. I personally, because everybody's gonna have a playstyle, but I personally want it to be sticky because I just want my crosshair to live at center because I'm constantly.
All right, so what do you need me to get, Webby?
Just get a shoddy. And
a specific type or no?
Here, let me turn you down. Just whatever. Because what you're gonna do is you're just gonna slide past me, jump over me. You're not gonna shoot me because we need to stay alive for the training.
All right.
Yeah. So a shoddy and like an AR.
All right, let me grab an AR.
So this is how we're gonna learn. And when I get my UEFN map done, because I'm talking to a creator, this is this is gonna be the first class or the first room I establish is gonna have something that's gonna train you guys in this. So come here, Frost. Oh, you're getting. Okay.
I'm getting the AR or SMG. I'll get the burst.
All right, so I want you to constantly just like stay in a close. The closer he is to me, the closer somebody is to you guys, the less you're gonna want to aim when somebody starts to move out of your crosshair, right? So what he still, yeah, just move across it and don't move now. Don't move again once you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, move like right here. Just like.
Mark it.
Just like right there. You see where I shot? Yeah, stay right there. So let's say Frosty's to my left. This is a really good example. Like, it's really easy for us to just go, right? We want to do that. But as soon as your crosshairs are getting into this radius, to me, you're not handing the fight back in your favor. You're not creating any kind of advantage because when you start turning your aim that far out of center, the shot starts to get harder. So when somebody starts applying pressure, actually apply the pressure to my right, just right here in real time so we can kind of simulate it. Just run across my side, like right there. So when he does that, instead of tracking it, I need to read that it's moving out of my... Go even further. Go a little bit past me. Like, I need to read that that's the way I need to move. My crosshair is pulling me the way. So go directly behind me so chat can see the pull. So stay behind me. Stay behind me. Just run behind me. So we know where we're going to turn, right? It's all about your brain clocking it. I said clocking it, chat. That, all right, he's starting to move. My crosshair starting to move 20, 25 degrees off center. You apply sprint, and you keep your directional input turning the way it's trying to go. Your direction or your crosshair is telling you where you need to go, right? It's pulling me that way. I just need to know, hey, I need to apply sprint and keep the directional input where it's turning. And look, so we just mirrored him is all we're doing. So when you practice taking pressure and establishing a baseline that steals it back, that's where you start to learn. So do it again. So as soon as we get it straight, I slide immediately because we're creating a new lane, right? We're bending, and then as soon as that lane straightens, you want to slide at the top of your curve to cut through that lane, and that's where your opponent is going to be like, oh wow, how did he get behind me? Because that slide, you slide at the top of a brand new lane, it cuts through that new lane that they didn't even account for. So as soon as I get facing this way at the top of my slide, that's the cut through point. That's how we steal it back. So run past me again. I'm trying to run it through so I can see it. See how as soon as I face back his way, I'm at the top of the slide responding. We matched the space with sprint and directional input. Directional input was your tracking, but when you apply sprint, it becomes micro-directional for your movement. Do it again. And then as soon as I get it back to center, well, I mean, we can still do that. That was actually a good move. Do it again. It's basically how close can you get it back to center or establish some kind of baseline at center, because that's where your gun's going to be more accurate. Rather than letting it travel that far out and continually track it, you apply a move that mirrors where your crosshair is trying to go. Do it again. Just run it through a couple times so you guys can see it in real time. See how everywhere he's going, I'm following where my crosshair would have pulled if I didn't apply sprint. And we're staying center.
I'm using sprint as I'm sliding around you the whole time.
And then I can anchor on either side of that line too if I know where it's going. Stop for a second. So meaning like obviously I could, if he's getting behind me, right? I could match it and go directly inward. And once I'm this way, I cut through. Or if I know where he's going, like he's going behind me, I can move outward, knowing that I'm still establishing the same baseline where I need to go. So it's like when your opponent starts to expand, you need to ask yourself, is he expanding to your right, to your left, or behind you? Your crosshair is going to match that. Let's say he's expanding to your right. Your crosshair starts to turn. You apply the sprint and keep your directional input where it's going. You'll never lose center line. What up, J-Big? Does that make sense, bro? I'm trying to explain it in a bunch of different phrases. So let me apply, yeah. Yes, your crosshair is basically the measuring stick, the guiding tool that tells you when you're off center. If you're pulling your aim off center, that means you're off center. So let me apply pressure to you, and when I apply it, you're gonna apply sprint to your directional input. Our directional input needs to fuse, guys. It's both our tracking and micro direction for movement. So when I get like that, where is your crosshair telling you to move? Yep. And as soon as he faces me, he slides and creates a new angle that's your opponent. That's where you break him, because yes, you're making a full recovery, but you're not actually taking the position until you slide. And that's on that slide, when you're sliding back into center line and taking it from him, that's when you release sprint and go straight into your track back. This is where you're actually going back to your track. Here, don't move. Now, like, so let's show it like this. I apply sprint. micro directional movement with right stick, and then once I get this way and go on a slide, I release sprint, track back, cancel, geometry lines up perfectly, closed loop system. Like as long as you know how to, I call it a transfer of energy, knowing when to apply sprint to transform your directional input, and then knowing when to quote unquote turn off the turbo so your directional input can become so it could become your
I do
tracking.
that all the time, and once my input is on you, my sprint is out of whack.
That's
So I
because
can
you're
do
holding
this-
sprint too long. What do you mean?
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. I do hold sprint too long, and by the time I want to sprint, my sprint is out. And I'm
Oh,
like,
the
"Yo,
stamina.
move."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stamina management is a big deal for sure. So I'm gonna apply more pressure to you, and I want you to respond to it. This time I'm gonna misdirect it a little bit. So you would apply pressure left, right? Yeah. So you guys
Yes.
see where I went to? It makes sense when it makes more sense when somebody's applying pressure to you because it's pulling your crosshair off center, so you know how you need to react. He needs to react by moving my way instantly when that happens. He doesn't need to be parallel with it. So he could when you're like to my backside, I can the simplest way to think about it is back in the days I used to just like kite away and then aim back. But now I at least am gonna turn the exact direction my crosshair is telling me. Do it again. Because it's gonna guarantee I line up back middle. I just stay with it. And you should be able to visualize the lane, and right when that lane opens up. So imagine this, Frosty. So I slide past you one way, like we went over this, and then when I come back this way, hold on, look. Hold on, watch. When I slide back this way, like they're thinking it's gonna be the same straight line move, right? But we bring this curve out of nowhere. We kind of blend it out of nowhere, and then as soon as it's this way, this is the top of a brand new lane. Slide becomes the slingshot that shoots us out. You get think of the curve, right? No matter anywhere I turn it, I'm not gonna go anywhere. Or if I use sprint, it's gonna take me through the lane. But if I just slide at the top of that lane, it's actually just gonna almost teleport me. So for example, stand still. Boom. If I'm sprinting into a slide, my curve could shoot out that way. It could shoot out that way. It could shoot out here. Let me so you can see it. It could shoot out that way. It could shoot out. You get what I'm saying? Anywhere in the curve I want that slide to exist. It's gonna cut through and make that lane exist. You just got to see the lane. So you're behind me, right? I cut through. I extend. Watch me extend the cut, y'all, or watch me extend the curve instead of just going back. Because this would be the U strafe, right? Just going right back behind him. But watch me bend it even.
In the middle of this box where you could show that.
Yeah. Watch this. I'm gonna extend the curve so I go in a different spot. You see what I mean? I could create any lane I want out of thin air. Did you see how I did that, Frosty?
Yeah, because I'm doing it from inside of a box. I could tell better.
Oh, I gotcha.
But that's
Probably.
just my thinking better.
So try it on me. You stand right here. Get behind me. Or I'll stand behind you. And instead of correcting where you would just U strafe back, I want you to actually curl it in further and cut here, I'll explain it. Or go in front of me. I'll explain it once you start doing it. So instead of turn around, actually, you're gonna turn around, face the other way. Yeah. Instead of just doing the U strafe, I want you to cut around my back and slide that way. Slide to you're gonna end up sliding to where your left is right now. You're gonna get behind me like this. Behind me. And go that way. You get what I'm saying? You're extending.
Yeah, just stand behind me.
Yeah, exactly. Sam, my master video is almost done. You almost did it right. You just didn't give yourself enough space to slide. Yeah, to not hit me.
All right, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
There you go. So that's the biggest deal, y'all. It's understanding the fusion between what directional input is with your tracking and how it changes it when you apply sprint. And then understanding that angle that you're curving creates a slingshot as long as you time. All these things have to reside in a short, fast window because, like Deranged said, Expo will feel too sticky if you're not living at the top of the curve. That means at the top of your input you're going to keep rotational aim assist at its peak and the Expo curve at its peak. So when I transfer through from what my tracking became into micro movement when I apply sprint, it's the slide that hands off that transfer. I release sprint and go immediately into tracking to stay at the top of the curve.
I
So
have a question.
go ahead.
So in tight corners, let's just say office spaces that are tight with a desk or a table, do I micro track in those small areas?
You don't ever want to send your crosshair. It's depends on what radius you want to live in. I live in a 25 35 degree radius, as in when my crosshair starts to turn, we're about where you're at. I identify where I need. That's my danger ping to apply sprint. So all your micro corrections should live in like this zone, like not too much extension. You want to stay within a nice center place instead of like thinking about the desks and the tight space. Look at the lane that has an opening, because there could be desks all around us, but that J strafe right across your back left shoulder could be wide open. That could be like the lane where the desks are on both sides and it's just an open walkway. You know what I mean? There's typically always a spot that you can. So that's a bit. I mean, you're asking a big question because terrain does sometimes dictate what kind of move to do.
Oh, I can't join her.
Just keep me posted, Dash. We'll just go with the flow. Thanks, Casey. I have it written down in the video when I finish it. I'm not gonna stutter and stumble over my words. But so this is what I have in my video. Or my written. I talk about how big somebody's flick is exposing how much they lacked in their movement. If Frosty's over to my screen at the far point right and I go whoosh, flick to him, all I'm telling you is I had absolutely zero spatial awareness and I depended on aim to its fullest. And when I do that, I'm competing in the most oversaturated space in Fortnite, which is aiming. So it's like when your crosshair gets to that point, it's like, why compete with aim when you just move and the shot becomes a byproduct of your positioning? So he's to my right. And you see, when I track to your right, my crosshair is telling me where to go. It's telling me to go that way. That's where you are.
So before I slide, like when I'm about to slide, I should be tracking as I'm sliding before the crosshair comes through. Right? So
First you
bearing to my left.
Yes.
If I'm going right, I should be bearing to my left so that my crosshair is going towards that way that I'm aiming.
If I slide past your left, I'm tracking right inside. You want the inside track, yes. So if I'm on your left inside track, yeah. Inside, it has to be an instant. If you're late on your tracking when you're in the slide, it's gonna feel clunky. Somebody said in the chat that the Expo felt stiff. It's because they're not moving at the top of the curve. Expo lives on a curve, and that's why it's so good with sliding, because it helps it coincide, because slide is kind of like a curve in itself. It's a ramp up in your speed. And by the time you slide, you're at the top of the curve, so you want to keep it there by going into an immediate transfer into tracking. It's basically handing off that motion to your tracking. You're not letting the pendulum slow down. But also, Frosty, you got to remember, once you start to, so there's certain initiatives in martial arts. Once you start to counter pressure, you start to ask yourself, well, how can I be the one that establishes pressure first? So the next time you're in a neutral state with me, where both of our crosshairs are aligned, you're not waiting for them to move your crosshair. You're moving where you know you're gonna move their crosshair like they did to you. You're learning, you're adapting now. You're like, you get what I'm saying? That's the bridge, bro. So right now we're center. Why would I sit here and wait for you to attack? Like, oh, which way? Look, like Frosty, which way are you gonna move today, bud? Let me wait for it. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't. Right, you know what I mean? I'm gonna once we live in a neutral state, I'm gonna do something to, and then you know what that does is it establishes the third initiative. This is gonna blow your mind. So once you do that, it starts to become contagious. Now you're applying pressure, and what are you doing? Your opponent is now reacting to it. And guess what? That leads us to our next initiative, where our first move almost always baits pressure. It almost always baits pressure because you get them to react. So watch this, Frosty. If I move across you, you're going to react, right? Because you're thinking the same thing I'm telling you about your crosshair moving out of the line. So you're going to react, right? Yeah, exactly. So when you react to that, I have a response ready. We've now moved to the next initiative. I turned my first move into a bait, a lure. So when I do this to you, Frosty, when I move off the line, I'm going to treat it like I know you're going to respond to it. And then I'm going to react with another move across you after I think you've committed. So I want you to actually commit to where I move.
All right.
So I'm gonna. Oh no. Oh, you're trying to move. That's right. I'm gonna let you do it. Sorry. I
I'm
might.
committing to your move.
Yeah, yeah. I get you. I get you. I get you. I forgot. I thought you were just gonna track it, but yeah, I want you to move. You get it. Just track it. Just track it for the sake of the audience seeing a clearer visual of what I'm trying to do. So now we're at the point, like I said, we've let people apply pressure on us, and we've been able to respond to it by moving instead of tracking. Now you're getting into a state of how do I become the one that applies the pressure first? That leads to them. You applying the pressure first, and they respond. Just track it. Don't move. I know it's a habit. That was a good move though. Just track it. Boom. Now we got him with our next initiative of martial arts, in this case, Fortnite combat, is the first move is almost always a lure. Boom. It's basically, like I said, that's why it's a closed loop system, is because if you practice it in the right steps, each solution answers your next question. It's so weird. It's so weird to think about it like that, bro. So apply pressure to me, just run past me. I'm going to track it. So if I track it, it's like that, right, guys? But I've decided to hybrid directional input, so do it again. I'm applying sprint in the same direction I would have tracked it, and then right when I get turned around, I slide at the top of the lane. Boom. You now have the first baseline to the evolution of movement right there. That's it. Do it again. But does that help too, Frosty, what I'm explaining here? Like, and not. Here, let me apply pressure to you.
Me back to your first videos when you talked about 45.
Exactly. So that's what I'm gonna do more is break down some of the more introductory stuff, because I have a new higher understanding. Because I've been so focused on bro. When I was building my master video, I started from I'm creating it backwards. I started from the highest initiative in reverse because I couldn't grasp. I don't know why I couldn't grasp the correlation with it's all happening in your directional input. That's the wake up call.
So, can you come right here to this corner? Right here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
All right. So can you face me?
Yeah.
On this side. All right. So exactly from the same exact opposite corner that we're at, if I move right here to this side, is this 45 degrees from right here?
From where my line technically stands right here, it's.
And then if I move right here, is this 45?
Yeah, that's about 45. Yeah, 45. It could go as high as 90 though. If I'm at the complete, let me see. If I'm right here, and you're on that side, that's a 90. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 90 degrees where you're at. Look at it from that perspective. Diagonal's 45, straight across. So this is 45. Wait, this is 90. Well, no, wait, do it again. Yeah, I think it lives within that. It lives within that zone of 45, between 45 and 90.
From across from us, if I go left right here, this is a 45-degree angle.
Yes.
Each side is 45. So when I come towards you, I'll make it 90. I'm sorry, that was a 90.
But you're not 90 degrees off the line technically, but you are moving 90 degrees.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is from this box, it would basically be a bunker the same size. When I move right here at a 45 degree and I stop right here.
Yeah.
From making my first 45 degree, if I slide over again, I add another 45. That's a 90 on a horizontal line, right?
Yeah, I mean you're let me think of how I'm trying to word this to make sure we're on the same. So I usually no, I get what you're saying. So
move back and forth right here.
Yeah.
At a 45. If I don't move at a certain angle, like let's say I do a 45 this way, farther, would it still be considered a 45 if I move from this angle right here?
The most fluid terminology, honestly, and I'm pretty sure like the maximum extension is 90. So if you stay forward and I break, I think that's 90. Your correction's 90 right there. I could be wrong though. But so that's how I look at it anyways. So here's how I look at it though. I don't look at it as you're playing both sides. You're snaking both sides of center line. Think of it more so like that. When you jump on this side and then move to this side, you're playing both sides of center, never living on it. You get what I'm saying? That's a better way to look at it. Yeah, if I stand here, I'm living on center. But if I go like this, and then when I come across, I'm seesawing off of center. You see, I'm never going back on center. This is your center. When you correct, you move center, right? Of course. But as it stands at the neutral state, if I move off it, I'm never moving back on it. Unless like this, I'm establishing a new line. So, for example, this is a better way. Here, stand right here. Stand right here. So if I jump over you, right? Stand at the peak. Stand at the peak right here. Just stand at the peak. Inside of it, like just barely inside of it. Yeah, like barely, like or more. Sorry, yeah. All right, so if I jump over you and cut back, I decided to snake on both sides of the peaks instead of live on, because I know if I go right in the middle of your space, I'm walking into your center line. So come here.
Yeah.
So I sprint jump over it, and then curl back. The sprint jump was the lure. This was a lure. Like I said, the first move is at the highest state of initiative. The first move's a lure. So I literally lured you on one side of the line, and then attacked the other side. That's a better way to look at it. But here's how what you're saying, Frosty. Let me explain to you how you were seeing it. So we can extend you, because how I usually look at the degrees, not cutting back but extending. So if I go right here, that's 90 degrees from the straight line. I broke into a 90. If I keep going, that's another 90. I suppose what you're saying is the same thing now that I'm seeing it. Yeah. That's 90 and this is 90. Or there's two ways to look at it, bro. It's 45 is the safe call, like I said. You're breaking somewhere between a 45 and a 90 degree radius.
Okay.
Anywhere between, not over that. But the cool thing is, a curve, if you do it right, can multiply your break by 2. So this is 45 degree break, right? Would you agree about 45? Boom. Multiply 45 by 2. What you got right here?
90.
Yeah, isn't that it's it's a closed loop system, bro.
Oh,
Everything.
okay, I see it now when I'm looking at my phone. You doing it on YouTube, that me trying to see it.
Yeah.
The game is faster, but the YouTube takes a
You need is we need a third person in here so we can rotate where I do it on them and you watch it, they do it on me, and then you trade places where you're doing it and letting them watch it. That would make it easier. But that's like, so that's why. So that, I mean, do you do this move? Like, this is baited line, and then it goes into, it's baited straight line into curve, actually, on that.
Yes, but I use way too much stamina when I do it.
A lot of your stamina is being burned before you even, like, establish contact, probably.
Yeah. Burning and trying to get to there, running towards my teammates, so I'll buy the infinite stamina.
Yeah, I freaking spend all my bounty points.
Me too, on infinite stamina.
So
I died because I didn't reload my gun in the fight.
Oh, I've done that before too. I mean, it happens, bro. I'm playing like trash lately anyways because I haven't been playing consistently. So I was gonna show you something else too. So like the same thing, like when we're establishing our J, like between a J, U, or circles or complete spin cycle. Once you've decided on that move, I imagine you're at a point where you know where to slide at the top of each angle to maximize that move, right? So as soon as I curl in, if it's going to be a J strafe, by here I need to know that, right? Because if I decide, oh, I want a J strafe and I'm right here, it's not going to happen. It's too late. It's too late. So you want to, like, well, as soon as I blow by you, I'm typically thinking U strafe, because I'm gonna show you something cool. What it ends up doing is it ends up luring you off the line, and then we end up coming back to it. So that's the mathematical highest break, or the most guaranteed break, because it's like, oh, how do you know they're not just going to flick on you? Because we're literally luring them off their line, and that's where we end up, is on the line they ended up leaving. So I just made you leave a line for no reason. Does that make sense? Like when I blow past you, bro, at this point, and I curl back in, we end up back at square one. So I've wasted your motion, and at the same time disoriented you because you think it's a blow by, and if you have heavy,
when you blow by me, I gotta retrack from
and
where I was originally tracking you from.
Exactly, and if you have a higher sends, that's going to carry momentum, so it's going to feel like a quick heavy swing where all your momentum swings like that way. I see it when they're tracking fast. It's almost like their players throwing them. And then once they do that, they have to honor, they slowly track this way or even fast, but they always pause at the side because they need to honor every blind. They have to double check every blind angle, and then they realize, oh crap, they're back where the whole thing, the whole shebang started. And the spin cycle's a slight,
Come on, baby.
a spin cycle. That you're good. A spin cycle's the increase off of that. It's the first time where you're leaving a line, coming back to the line, and leaving it again. That's what the spin cycle is. Think about it. So we start the line here, and then I go around. Here's the U. Boom. I'm back at the second line. So it's leave line, or sorry, old line, new line, old line, new line. Yeah, isn't it cool when you think about it like that?
Yes.
Uh,
I have another question.
Go ahead.
On your feet. All right. So you see how my feet.
Go ahead.
So my right foot is where the crosshair is at. But if I line my right foot with your right foot, that means I'm in your barrier line, right?
If I'm not aiming at,
Crosshair line.
say that again. It's more so look at my gun. Look at my gun. Look at my gun. That's gonna tell you more. Like you could tell I'm not on your line because I'm not. Once I'm looking at you,
You're on my line.
yeah, we're sharing it. You don't want to. You want to have the line. If you're aiming down your barrel and you can see them aiming down their barrel at you, you guys are sharing a line and you need to move off it because a shared line is making the
Can I
fight.
break your line?
Yeah, of course.
So you
That's
mean by like breaking your line, like stop right here and then coming back over.
yeah. That's
You
our.
gotta shoot
That's the highest.
in your line.
Yeah, that's the highest form of initiative. That's why when you're at the highest form of understanding, you're establishing a new line for the sake of getting them to commit to it, just so you can break it. So I want you to commit to this, so I can break it. Do you get what I'm saying? I want you to jump or respond to it, like because a lot of people jump, and if I can bait that reaction out of you, hook, line, and sinker has been established. So as soon as I hit your line, I want you to panic and jump like over me or something. Like jump as soon as I slide into your line, all right? Like jump over me, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Hook, line, and sinker. We lured you to make that jump. And the only way you're gonna understand that is by starting from a state where you move the most when you're getting pressure applied on you by an enemy. Meaning when they're stressing your crosshair, you gotta start practicing that state where you apply sprint. And I also can read you and cut off. You see how I can do that and cut off your angle instead of.
Yeah, you have to cut my angle the whole time.
Because you're a little bit in front of me, so that's another thing I need to talk about. Like, don't always. A lot of people will think you have to get behind them when really. Oops, I see. I just did it there again. Do that again. When really, if you know where they're going, you can just try to cut off their angle. So try it again, real quick.
Yeah, predictable.
Yeah, you see the line. Yeah, you see the line, and there. Yeah, we're perfect. And I could cut through it.
So what you're basically saying is, as long as you can predict a person and find their open space to take the good shot on them, that's all you really need is to find out.
Basically, in its purest form, it's you're moving in a way that guarantees that you're not you're gonna live and die by it until you master it. You're not shooting on a shared line. The moment they share the line, like the only time I'll share a line is after I've established a break and I've got shots out and I think I'm gonna win the fight maybe, and I keep going, and then they're putting that damage on me. I instantly know, all right, time to break the line again. Like I do share it every now and again, but most of the time I'm living in I'm trying to live in a state, whether I win or lose, I'm trying to live in a state where they're not on my line. I have them on. More so defense generating offense, because when I establish contact with you, my first move was rarely the break unless you don't honor it, because my first move, you have to respect it. My first move moves in a way where I'm going to track you if you don't respect it. So think of it this way. This is the first move. I never intended for that move to exist as final. I'm using it as a lure. But if I feel like you're not respecting it, I'm just going to track back and shoot you. Meaning it is a threat they can't ignore, right? So this is the lure, but they also have to. If I go like this, right? You don't have to respect that. Like, I'm not even looking at you. You know what I'm saying? If I try to bait a line this way, I mean, I suppose, but I need to try and break. I either need to break your line 45 or live on your edge peripheral where you can't see me. Meaning, like, the closer I get to you, The closer I get to you, the easier it is to just snap out of your peripheral. That's why I like to get right in their space, because when I'm right here, it doesn't take me very long. Look, right there, I'm out of your peripheral. And when you're out of their peripheral, that's when you can bend and mess with their mind the most, because it's like you can feel it, you know it. Like if like I'm out of your peripheral right here, right?
Yeah.
So here's your let's say I slid, created this line, right? Instead of lining up for it, I know you have to honor this, right? You're gonna correct towards it. Instead of lining up for the shot, I start moving back to where you are. Sin, no sin. I'm stealing your space. So I go like this, and then I see the correction and I move back. Because they don't move. People don't move. You know what I mean? They won't move. It's crazy. So this time I want you to track it. Don't move. See what I'm saying? I came back already knowing you were going to track it. Because, what, are they not going to track it and die? You know what I mean? They're going to they have to.
Yeah, they got to. They know where you're going.
Yeah, same thing with this. With the same aspect as this. It's like, if you're out here, you don't even have to be chasing me. You could be right here, right? Or like, let's look at it this way. Sorry. You're on that side, and I'm coming up. I could go like this, and then I baited it. I started the line this way, and then this became my second line.
Jumped out, and then you jumped over it. So do
Did
the
I?
same thing when you jump.
What? Oh, like this?
No, when you was standing right here where I was at.
Oh yeah.
How you went in, and then you jumped out.
No.
As I'm standing right here, you go in. Of course, I'm gonna try to track back, but you're already jumping over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's just it.
Stand there and you can do that.
What, you mean this one, right?
Yeah.
And that's just it. We don't live on the jump. The jump became the baited line because I don't want to track back from that on a low sins. I want it to become a lure because it like if I try to track back from here, I'm putting us in a coin flip because we might not be looking at each other, but we're both tracking from a state where we're about to share the line. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So instead, I pry into what I know you're going to do, which is back to predictability. They have to honor that jump because they're feeling pressure behind them. Slide occurs before they even correct. The curl back is basically going to the spot you originally started. So I lured you off the line, and then I took your spot, basically. That's what sin, no sin is, bro.
I want to choke Staples.
So sin, no sin, I think is what it is. Do what?
I want to choke Staples.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
So I go over there and buy an HDMI, and the dude tells me that it's a 2.1. Excuse my language. The fucker sold me a 0.2.
Dang, bro. So it doesn't work?
Nah, it works on my PlayStation, but I need a 8K in order to really fully experience the 120 hertz on my monitor.
So you've been experiencing 60?
I've been experiencing 48
and
120. So I'm gonna buy a new HDMI cable on Thursday.
It's definitely that. Make sure, get a high quality one. I use a display port, but that's because I'm on PC.
Oh, okay.
Does
I
it?
play on a monitor in PlayStation 5, but I'm playing a lot better.
Yeah, I know you are.
A lot more sturdy.
Yeah.
And, it's more smoother because I was playing on a monitor on 100 hertz, and I didn't know that.
Yeah. Here's another thing to think about too, Casey. Like if he's to my right, or actually move to my right a little bit. Let me see how I can recreate that. Move right. No, this way. Sorry, my right. Like I'm trying to explain like how to intercept it, but I suppose the lane we should keep it on right now is just following where your crosshair is telling you to go. Your crosshair is a compass to movement. The fusion is at your directional input. Directional input goes from a tracking state to a micro correction in your movement every time you apply sprint. When I'm tracking somebody and I go into a sprint off that track, I've decided to move, or I've decided to change directional input to a micro correction state in my movement. And my directional input is already turning the way I need to go, so I already have the applied pressure, so it's an instantaneous transfer. And it also, this is a big thing too, Frosty, you could get in a situation like where, like, because our brain sometimes takes a second to catch up to responses, right? So when somebody jumps over me, especially if it's like really fast thinking, I might already be tracking up, and I'm like, oh crap, they're jumping over me. But you don't want to pull your crosshair down and then move. That fusion with directional input is real. You could start the move no matter where your crosshair is. You see how I'm tilted up, right?
Yes.
Look at the live real quick. Watch this. Are you looking at the live?
Yeah.
All right, watch how I correct. I don't correct the mistake until I'm in the middle of the move, so no motion is wasted. You see how I was able to move while my directional input was sky high?
Yeah.
That's just because, like, it's not hard to think about your spatial awareness. You don't have to look. Like, you're already countering what's behind you. You can't see what's behind you, so why do I need to correct my crosshair before I make it happen? Like, you know?
Oh, okay, okay,
You
okay.
see how it's no wasted motion, right?
Yeah, I never looked at it like that. I'm gonna try that in the game.
Yeah.
You know, have people trying to jump over.
Because if anybody thinks Expo's delayed, it's just all about they need to master every. The more details they master in the nitty gritty about not wasting motion, not living at the bottom of the curve, and things like that, is going to be what makes their tracking not stiff.
Yeah, they're gonna be singing that Drake song. Started from the bottom, now I'm here.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. And like, okay, so this is another way to think about it, y'all. Another simple way. The zig is the lure, the zag is the break, because the zig is the first line, the zag is the second. You know, like the zig starts a new line, the zag brings it back. So you'll see, like a lot of like there was a recent fight or where we won the match. My shots were filling off, and we were lined up. I was sharing the line, but I was in a state of trying to win because I had already established first shot. And then as soon as I started feeling a little bit off of my shot, I was like, all right, I need to get off the shared line. And I went boom, boom, dead. You know what I'm saying? That's all that zigzag is sin, no sin. You're creating a decision that baits a response, and you're stilling their space before their decision is final. It's trippy when you know? And if anybody wants to debate it, it's the highest form of combat. It's what the best known war strategists built books, historical documents about, is this type of philosophy. Because like if you don't care about the state of the line and you just go into battle assuming you're gonna win with aim, you've basically let ego win the fight. You're assuming you're gonna have more strength instead of applying a dynamic of IQ that turns the fight to a chance of probability where you can tilt odds in your favor instead of just assuming.
Expo do flick shots? No, not really.
It doesn't need to though. It doesn't. You don't want to
A lot of
flick.
people think that I'm cheating because I be getting some crazy shots, but it's because my crosshair is already aligned to your. When I predicted you, my crosshair was already there.
Yeah, you're establishing center state more often. When your shot comes out, it's usually from a center state. And that's the same thing when somebody, well, like if I move and I think I'm in a place where I'm gonna establish center placement and it doesn't, I know immediately, like same thing like this, like, oh, I don't want to track that. Boom, we're right back center. Even if I like say I respond to you and I get in your space and we go on a shared line, I'm gonna live with that because it's like you're I don't know if it's your inertia. Like you're still on the other decision. You still have to free your mindset to realize, oh, he's back on my, you get what I'm saying? He's back on my line when I knew I was gonna be there, so I have a chance to react quicker. It comes as a surprise to you. So yeah, that's all I wanted to teach today, y'all. I didn't even want to run matches, to be honest. Here, try just hit another angle, and I'll run some pressures on you. I knew what you were gonna do, so I tried to cut through it. Let's do it again.
I try to go the exact opposite.
Let's see. Do it again.
So if I go left, I'll go right after.
Yeah.
Or if I go right, I'll go left.
Yeah. Well, you're doing this.
Doing that a lot more because I always go left, no matter what.
Left
is my good side.
Well, you're going left because our crosshair sits on our right. So that's why a lot of times the zig will start to the right and the zag will end on the left. That's exactly why. Because what that does is, like, we can wrap around them on the right. It's just easier to wrap around on the left because the way the camera sits. So it's like this: you do that, and then you open it, and then you wrap it. Like it opens the door. That's why you're doing that. But
it sucks when they close that door, so I have to go right.
Yeah.
Instead of going left. Some people have closed that door.
Well, make sure where you started, you're not forcing it. Like if you're already heavy on the right, you need to bring it back right after you go left. Or you could go like this, right? If you're heavy on the right and you slide across them and you see that lane open up, then you can curl around it, but don't force it. But typically, if you're on one side heavy and you're close enough, it can open the back door right away. It should be able to 9 times out of 10.
All right, I'm gonna send you some clips in a couple days of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do it, man. Because some of that, if I might put in a video, even if it's good, bad, in between.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grab certain clips I see and put them in videos. Have you done the strafe box before we end it? Have you done?
No.
You haven't done this
I've
strafe?
seen the video for it, but I haven't done
Do you know how to set up the strafe box?
No. My settings are not meant for building. They're just zero build. So I can't even really build. I could build, but I can't.
You could go like this is how you could build it without editing. We think. Oh wait, I think you have to edit no matter. Well, honestly, you can live in the visuals of like this. You know what I mean? This is all it is. It's 4 square. It's 4 squares or 4 square.
Okay.
And this is center line.
Like a bunker.
Like think about it. This is center line, right? That's so you have the J strafe. You have the U strafe. And you have the spin cycle. And then you have the outside versions. Let me see another one. You could do like you can J out. Like there's so many ways to bend the. This shows you the spring loaded curve though. Like I'm gonna shoot through a gap in a square, and I'm not gonna tell you which square. That's a good way to look at it. Watch. Boom, 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 boom. See what I'm saying? Wherever I slide at the top of the curve, it's gonna carve me a new lane. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, man. This master video is gonna tier it all in order, so I'm hyped.
Yeah, I saved one of your other master videos, and
Do what?
you deleted one of my favorite videos.
Which one? Which one?
The one when you first started talking about the angles in chapter 2, season 2, and you broke down the angles. You deleted.
Dang, I did. I must have really hated it, bro.
It was like 8-minute video. Save for movement.
I'll take.
When I go try to look at it, it doesn't. It says the video's been deleted by the person.
I'll take a look to make sure. I wonder. When did I?
It's an old video. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I would have.
It was just before this season started. During when this season was just about to start.
Wait, chapter 7?
You did it for it. Yeah.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Bro, I hated that video.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, it was just information, the way I received that information.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna love this video because it's the highest tier of understanding I've ever had. And I mean, maybe freestyling it doesn't put it all into perspective, but the way I have it written in the visuals I'm gonna add changes the whole dynamic. So, but all right, man. Yeah, I'm a in stream. I just want to get on there and get that, and then.
So how do you run it? You run oh, I see you're running AR up top and then shotgun in the middle.
Yeah.
I was doing that for the tactical, but I prefer to let shotgun in the front.
Well, the only reason it goes in the middle for me, well, I don't do quick swap either, which I probably should, is that it's for the 3 weapon loadouts. If I want to swap from my shoddy to SMG or swap from my shoddy to AR, I have that freedom. Like my shotgun is the starting point, and I get to choose: do I want to whip out the SMG or the AR? Or think of it this way: do I want to whip out the sniper or the spray weapon after my shoddy?
I wish Fortnite would add that you could put 2 guns in one slot. So whatever gun you pick up first, that'll go in that slot till you get the gun that you prefer into that slot.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Wait, don't they? Wait, they don't have that? Yeah, for sure. Wait, you're not talking about?
Have that feature in the game yet.
Well, they have a feature where it memorizes your slot as far as like the typing of the weapon.
Yeah, but I wish like my shotgun in first slot. I wish I could add an AR there, and whatever comes up first would just land in there. You know.
Oh.
Running by it, it would just pick it up and put the AR.
Yeah.
Instead of me having to switch it, because I get killed like that a lot. Like when I'm playing 1v1 and rapid, I gotta change where my shotgun or my AR.
Nah, there's a way. There's a way to change that, bro. I swear to you. Hold on. Where you can have the weapon live in a slot by its type. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, anytime it's a shoddy, it'll go in the slot you want it to. Let me find out where that's at.
I think
Before-
it's
then we-
under right
Because
there.
that's, I think, what you're talking about, right? Whatever that weapon type is, it's going to get into the box you set it to when... I got to find it.
Nah, go left.
Wait.
I think it's under. Hold on. Let me look.
Auth is it under game? It's under here. Hold on, watch this. Swap fire buttons for pump. Preferred item slots.
Game, yeah.
Preferred item slots. And then, wait. Configure. Yeah, look. Configure preferred item slots. Look at my loadout assignment. I only have it set to assault rifle and shotgun, but I could throw it. I could set slot 3 to SMGs. You see this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm in there too. For
Yeah.
mine, I have shotgun, assault pistol, consumable, and then utility.
Yeah. So whatever weapon that's not doing what you're telling it to, you might have it in an unassigned slot. But wherever your shotgun is assigned, it should always go in that slot.
But I wish you could put 2 for slot 1. So if I come across an AR first or an SMG, it would take it instead of the shotgun, even though the shotgun
Oh,
represented itself.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah. So there's little things you can do too to the move. Like there was a way where you move that I decided to just cut off lanes. So that's another thing I don't talk about enough is like when you're predicting the space, there's like ways you can just readjust your curve, your directional input to kind of like say like I could like swing it tighter down or like instead of doing just a unison cut all the time, like if you were looking at the box instead of riding a line, I could like cut harder in. Like it's just like basically altering the curve to where you need to be. That's how you can cut off paths or points you see, like whether it's because they're in the air and you know exactly where they're landing because it's showing, or you're just predicting the space based on how they're moving. So yeah, man, that's just yeah. I'm tired too. I'm about to yeah. It's good. Hey, it's good talking, bro. I appreciate you stopping through. GG's, y'all. Yeah, for sure. I'll see y'all.
All the time when I'm able to play with you.
Yeah. We'll run some matches soon, bro. I need to get back in the swing.
Have a great night.
All right, you too, man. All right, y'all. That's the end of the stream.